Previously on Gearz.
Gearz, Balls Visual Radio, and let's turn our attention to the world of motor vehicles. And joining us, sorry it wasn't here yesterday, but it was my fault because I wasn't really here, is of course the wonderful Spike the Car Guy. And I just found it here. Can you believe it, Spike? I wasn't even following you on the Twitface.
You weren't following me?
I know.
I'm offended. I'm leaving.
I know, because I sat there and I said, now time to talk cars with Spike the Car Guy. And you know, usually when you go the @ thing, then it comes up with all of
automatically. Yes. Yeah.
No, not always.
No, well then I just checked, but now I'm following.
Thank you very
I'm
much. One
following
extra
you,
follow.
Spike.
One
I'm
extra
following you too,
follower.
I know you sent me a tweet the other day saying, "Oh, I love."
Oh yeah, Daisy driving. The other day in Joburg, where it was so dark.
Yeah,
it was almost nighttime.
Yeah.
It was so dark, and there's Daisy cruising through Bryanston, shades on. Too cool.
Too cool for school. Can I explain to you? It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was overcast
it was
and
like
there was
Mordor outside,
a crazy glare.
Yeah. No glare at all, but there we have it.
Before we go into the flimder thingy about cars, Daisy, what month is your birthday?
September.
Your elf name is Tootsie Sugar Bells.
Well, I like that.
Tootsie Sugar Bells.
That's so cute.
Bren, you're in April.
I'm in April, correct.
Jolly Sparkle Pants.
I'm going to put that on my business card.
And I'm Candy Sparkle Pants. Oh, how cute. All right. Let's turn our attention to vehicles. We're going to leave the two big ones for the last, I think.
Okay.
Well, the three big ones. First of all, NAMSA sales figures. Are we recovering? Are we in trouble?
Well, I don't know if we're in trouble, but sales have definitely slowed down towards the end of the year. With manufacturers generally reporting fewer sales for November than they did in October. And if you'd like to know figures, if you want to do a kind of top 40 of cars, or a top 10 at least, top 3 in order are Volkswagen, Toyota, and Ford and Mazda, all the same as last month. Very interesting. I did a bit of research on this. Toyota, obviously one of the cars they sell is the 86, which is exactly the same car as the Subaru BRZ.
Correct.
Toyota are outselling, the 86 is outselling the BRZ by 9-1. They sold 47 Toyota 86s last month. They sold 4 BRZs. So
and are they the same price?
No, they're more expensive because the Subaru is more expensive because what Subaru have done is they've tried to make it a bigger value proposition. So they've upped the price, but they've included a whole lot of really cool extras.
Yes,
diffusers and styling bits and all kinds of things. But I think that plan is contributing to the fact they're not selling as many. But also, according to the Subaru lady, she told me that there are some import restrictions as well. So South Africa get 5 BRZs a month kind of thing.
Okay, there
so
we
they
go.
can't really shift them even if they wanted to. Bottom of the list, some of the guys moving down the list of sales. Nissan were 5th in total last month. They're 8th this month. Honda were 8th and they've moved down to 9th. And in the exotic section, Ferrari sold in November 9.
Wow.
Maserati doubled the amount of cars they sold in November.
So they sold 2.
They sold 2 in October. They sold 4 in November.
Oh, there we go.
And here's, if you ever doubted how well or how popular the Porsche Cayenne is, if you take the total number of cars that Porsche sold in November, 167, if you combined the Cayenne, the Cayman, the Boxster, the Panamera, and the 911, they still sold fewer of all of those cars than they did Cayennes. They sold 81 of those cars in total, 86 Cayennes.
That's incredible.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievably how popular the car is.
No accounting for taste, I tell you what.
Yes.
So those are NAMSA sales. There has been a general slowdown towards the end of the year, and I don't see it picking up until sort of February, March next year, to be honest. But those are the sales for this year.
All right. Yeah, and I think a lot of people now also try and wait to get a 2014 tag. Exactly. Not an E-tag, just the license tag. Okay. The GWM. Great Wall Motors. The H6 is here.
The H6 is here. The H6 is another GWM. They're expanding their range quite massively.
Okay.
The H6 is a compact SUV / crossover, and what they're going on is quite a value add package. So the interior spec, it's got a full color touchscreen system. It's got mini SD slots. It's got USB auxiliary ports, Bluetooth, multifunction steering wheel, rear mounted camera, climate control, cruise control, rain sensing wipers, tire pressure monitors.
Looks a bit Lexus Lexus-ish.
It does, yeah. It's still not an individual, and I don't know how long it'll take for the Chinese manufacturers to get their own individual look.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are still quite, what's the word, derivative, if you like. They kind of look like other things, like they've taken some styling cues from other things. But I still don't think it's a horrendous look.
Sportage.
Yeah. That's the market that it's aiming at. Sportage, kind of Kia iX35.
I must say, it doesn't look too bad.
That's the thing. The looks of the things are improving all the time.
Very nice.
And also, interestingly, it's got a 5-star safety rating from China's C NCAP crash test regime, which I also had a bit of a smile at when I read. Until I read that actually the tests and the controls for the Chinese NCAP system are exactly the same as Euro NCAP.
Well,
just under a different name.
Then well done.
So there we go. So the H6 is in South Africa. There's two versions. There's a 2-litre turbo diesel for 330,000 rand. It's a 105 kilowatt, 310 newton meter motor, and a 1.5-litre turbo petrol for 295,000 rand. 105 kilowatts, 210 newton meters. Both 6-speed manual, front-wheel drive only. So there's no all-wheel drive version.
And do they come with all of the things that you mentioned? All of those options, all those extras?
Those are standards. That's the standard interior.
You know what? I haven't driven it, but just looking at the numbers to what it's got, that is not bad value.
It's not, and I think that's the thing they're going on. It's just they need to overcome the stigma attached to Chinese cars, and the product they're producing, is getting better all the time. Every Chinese car driven, every Chinese car I drive rather, gets better. Everyone each time. And GWM is not only improving the engineering and the spec of the things, they're also getting better looking as well.
Well done to them. Before we go on, we've got a tweet in here. Wimpy wants to know about the Audi A2. But the picture that he sent, that's old.
Yeah, it's an A2 that I spotted in a parking lot yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
So that's the original one, A2.
The original one,
Well, the only A2 they ever made.
Yes.
But Audi have said they're going to build a Q1.
Oh, great. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, another Q car.
Another
smaller version of a smaller version of the Q7.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to some big things. Maserati. 100 anni, 100 years, Daisy. 2014 will be 100 years for Maserati. Very exciting stuff.
She looks super impressed about it.
Yeah. It's a car.
Daisy, you must show some respect. Maserati has been around for 100 years.
There we go.
Which is
nearly as old as me.
Almost. They've been around longer than most, and they do have quite a fascinating history. Yes, they have produced some really crap cars in their time.
Terrible.
But who hasn't?
Yeah.
In 100 years. And I'm not going to go through all the things, but they will be planning some worldwide celebrations and some interesting things about Maserati. The first car they produced in 1926 was a race car called the Tipo 26. I don't know what 26 is in Italian.
Yeah.
Anyone?
26.
There we go. And it debuted with a victory at the 1926 Targa Florio. First car they built, won a race.
There we go.
First time around. And they're still the only Italian manufacturer, did you know, to ever have won the Indy 500.
That's right.
There we go.
Wow.
So they are turning 100 years old this year. They will be planning a series of activities to celebrate its first 100 years, as events will be organized in all major Maserati markets in the world. The zenith of the year-long activity will be the official Maserati gathering in Modena in September 2014.
Excellent.
If you want to find out more and you want to read more about Maserati's history, and their website is actually very, very well done. It's a very cool website. It's Maserati100.com.
Excellent.
Very interesting history. There are some great cars and a very interesting story.
I know, very interesting story, especially the whole Citroen era and all of those. It's actually worth a very good read. It really is.
And it was started by 4 brothers, and then one brother died, and then another brother joined. And
then he drew the picture of the trident. There we go. Yeah. We know these guys.
Maserati100.com. Go and get yourself an education.
Yes. Ernie says, guys, do BMW have too many models out now? Was there really a need for a 4 Series? Well, I don't think so. I don't think there was really a need for an X1, an X3,
X6.
or an X6. I think the X5 fitted everything perfectly.
It's called capitalism.
Totally.
On the whole 4 Series thing, I don't get it either, but they just wanted to kind of, this one's got 4 doors, this one's got 2 doors, they're the same car, one's a 3, one's a 4, there we go.
And we really like the shape of the 4, so we want to put the back badge.
We just want to have all the numbers.
So
no one else comes along and has a 4 Series.
We know how to count.
Fun.
Listen, two massive cars. I'm going to leave the McLaren for the last one. Lamborghini Veneno.
The Veneno was launched officially. It's been on the interwebs, and people have been throwing up pictures of Photoshop pictures of it, and so it's finally been revealed officially to the public in Dubai, of all places, of course, on the deck of an Italian warship.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that Italy has a warship.
I know, it didn't sink. Okay.
So there we go. The Veneno Roadster is it's an open racing prototype, basically. And Google, do yourself pictures. Do yourself a favor, rather. Google pictures of it.
It's mental.
The car is utterly mental.
But this is the one they're only making the 3 of.
They're making 9 of them.
Oh, they're making 9 of them.
They're making 9 of them, but the 3 comes into it because they're 3.3 million euro each.
Exactly.
So they are incredibly exclusive, and the car is just indescribable. You have to actually see it to try and you can't make sense of it.
No,
it's just
mental.
Unbelievable. 552 kilowatt, 6.5 litre V12 motor, 0 to 100 time, 2.9 seconds.
No, it's mental.
ISR dual clutch gearbox, permanent all-wheel drive, racing chassis, monocoque, and all exterior parts are made from carbon fiber reinforced polymer. Only 9 being made, 3.3 million euro, and it is insane to look at.
It's mental. And the thing about it is, if ever one had the opportunity of sitting inside it, I think you will only be able to see forwards.
Yes.
Because even with those side mirrors, I don't think you're going to see anything.
But I think also the point is, once you've passed it, what do you want to look at it again for? You know what I mean?
It's mental. It's mental. Extraordinary. Finally, Spike, the McLaren P1. We had one in South Africa. I don't know if it's still here.
No, I think it's gone back.
I think it's gone. We had one here. There was a lavish, massive launch the other night.
Yeah.
Tell me your thoughts.
Well, just on that massive, lavish launch on the Thursday night, I couldn't make that.
Yeah.
So they did have a media day the next day.
Yes, the following day.
And the media launch was nothing like the night before. They parked the P1 in the BMW dealership and surrounded it with some snacks and some coffee, and people came and took some photos, and that was it. But the car itself is also another one of those, everyone that's driven it and everyone that's kind of in the know about it says it's a complete game changer. And it is a fantastic looking thing. They've really managed to take a car that is essentially meant to be engineered to be the best thing in the world, and they have made it look fantastic. For me, there are some cheesy elements like the headlights that are shaped like the McLaren logo. I just,
Ron.
I just don't. I think that kind of cheapens it to a point, but the car itself is just mega. It's all the figures are as you'd expect, fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a hybrid. It's a twin turbo 3.8 liter V8 motor with an electric motor well, 673 kilowatts, and it only weighs 1,400 kilograms.
Yeah.
So 0 to 100 2.8 seconds. It's limited to 350 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
And if you were thinking of getting one,
because that's slow.
Yeah, because I think it's got more to do with the tires than anything else, to be honest. And if you want to buy one, well, unfortunately, you won't be able to register it in this country because all the units they're making are left-hand drive.
Yeah.
375 of them. And, Daisy, just to convert this quickly, £866,000 is...
Times 17.1.
Go.
Go, Daisy. Come on, you accountant.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Busy checking the Twitter.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's like 20 million ront or something stupid.
Well, and then you've got the import as well. So it's like 35 million.
Yeah,
there we go, somewhere around there.
But I am quite sure that someone in this country has put one on order and will get one.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. So it is in the country. It has been launched, and it is a spectacular. What did you think of it?
Listen, there are a couple of things I'd like to say. Number one, congrats to Daytona Group for actually managing to get one here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As part of their 10-year
celebration.
They've been in business for 10 years.
Exactly. 10-year celebration. And the fact that they actually get a P1 here, I think that on its own was outstanding. The party they threw could have cost as much as the car because it was one mega party. You know what, Brent? I've always been one of those people where you look at a picture and you go, wow. And there's two cars that I've always sat in, and now because I've seen them both, I said, you know what? They actually look better in the pictures. Mm. The Nissan GTR.
Yes. I agree with you on that one, actually. Never thought of it, but I agree with you on that one.
Looks better in pictures.
Yeah.
And funny enough, with this, to me, and I understand exactly what you said earlier, the design philosophy was about the world's greatest driving car. Mm. And when I looked at it and I went, where's the remote control? Where's the remote control? I think it is extraordinary. Yeah. From the back, this car is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. But I just went, where's the remote control? I want to race this thing around the people drinking the mum champagne.
Is that because it's? I mean, it's
not. I think because it's so perfect.
That's the thing, and
it is so perfect,
and it is so very different.
Yeah.
It does look like something that some flight of fancy just said, oh well, we'll make this thing, but it is actually
No, it's magnificent.
Yeah.
I mean it in the most endearing kind of way, if that makes any sense.
I hear what you're saying, and one of the things that stood out for me, strangely enough, because I'm not much of a geek like this, but did you have a look at the brake discs?
Oh, no.
The brake discs are a mirror finish. They're carbon ceramic, because obviously for the performance. But it's the first time, the guy from McLaren was telling me, it's the first time that these kinds of brakes have ever been used on a road car. And they've got in the carbon ceramic mix to press the brake discs themselves, to make the brake discs. They've got a kind of a silica. And over time, that silica, which is the same stuff that goes into glass, starts polishing up. So this car on the showroom floor had the discs look like mirrors.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So I took a photo and I said to the guy, "Are these like for the showroom or what?" He goes, "No, that's how they get. When they come out of the packet, they're not like that.
Yeah.
They're like black and normal carbon. The more you use them, the shinier they get, which I thought was phenomenal."
Now listen, it's a remarkable car. I mean, everyone's just waiting. I know that I spoke to Jeremy Clarkson last week, and he's driven the car, and he's written a beautiful article in Top Gear magazine. Do yourself a favor, go and read it. But one cannot wait, and that's all. You want the Porsche P18, the McLaren P1, and the LaFerrari.
That 318, and one of the guys at the media thing said to me, "What would I have? Would I have the 918 or the P1?" And I couldn't give an answer.
I can't even give an answer between the three. I can't even give an answer.
Oh, they are spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, those are true wonderful. I mean, three magnificent cars that we lucky to be around to actually see.
Yeah, the hypercars of the kind of highest order.
100%.
And then just on RPM TV tonight, quickly, it is our last show of the year. And tonight we've got the Range Rover Sport. We've got the Chev Cruze with its new 1.4 turbo motor. And we drive the Audi Engine Extreme production car Victor for this year. So we take that on a bit of a track test.
Excellent.
That's tonight on RPM TV, 8:30 on Supersport 8, and there are repeats right through the week as well.
Fantastic. Brent, brilliant, my friend. We'll definitely have one more chat next week.
Lovely.
To wrap up the year, but there was a terrific array of vehicles that we had today.
Yes.
All right, my friend, we'll speak to you soon.
Gearz. GearzOnBalls.co.za. Weekdays 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.